Hi there. My name is Nicholas Matsakis, or Nico. If you don't know me, I'm one of the lead designers of Rust. I'm a senior principal engineer at Amazon, and I'm here to talk about neither of those things, but about a new project that I'm kicking off, a kind of open source project that is trying to explore what it might be like to have higher level workflows for AI. So I want to show you the stuff I've been doing. It's pretty fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I am looking for people who might be interested to come and hack on it with me as part of the open source project. Right, so I'm going to try to be fast because I hate long videos, and that's hard for me because I like this topic. So Symposium is the name of the app. It's actually three things. One of them is a desktop app written in Swift, which was fun. I learned Swift through doing it. And what it does is it has checkouts of the code. It lets you attach to a project and make many, many checkouts, each one of which is pursuing a separate task. Right? And typically, they have an AI agent working in them. Um, and so you can see here, there's like little log messages, like checkboxes and stuff. So the agents can log progress. And these rectangles are when the agent has signaled and said, I'd like you to pay attention to me now. I did something interesting. Right? So when I click on it, it brings that. Each of these has an open VS Code window. And when I click on it, they get brought to the front. Actually, let me make this smaller. Um, so, right, where was I? So for example, this is one of the windows that I was working in, and actually what I did was um, I asked this bot, I asked this agent to generate a CI for the project, right? And it did a bunch of work, and then when it finished, it signaled me and it presented a walkthrough, and this is one of the other features of Symposium. Walkthrough is a tool where the agent can send me some markdown, which gets rendered in the side here, and and where you can click on it and actually, this walkthrough is a little bit stale. Hold on a second. Can you present an updated walkthrough? Because actually I was just making changes. This one's a little out of date. But what it will do is it lets the agent kind of talk you through how some code works. And why I think this is so cool is I love going into new code bases and letting the agent kind of explore and figure things out for me and then show me how the code works. It's not always right, but at least it gets me started. It gives me a place to start digging. And I also like using it for this purpose, which is after the agent has generated a bunch of code, I don't want to just say yes, no on each little diff hunk individually. I want to review the code holistically, right? And so here now it's presented to me. Here's the code that it did, and you see that it can leave comments in line, right? Uh, so we're saying, hey, it's saying that this was adding a new CLI command with clap. So it's saying, hey, I added a proper commands enum variant called CI. And we can kind of scroll down. And you see how these comments, and here's the function build Rust server CI that builds the Rust server using cargo build release, focusing on compilation without installation overhead. So actually that's not great, right? Like it's actually for CI, I just want to check that it builds. I don't really need to do the full optimization. And in fact, even cargo build is a little bit silly. So what I can do now is I can click reply, and that's going to embed, maybe you can see this bigger, I don't know, get rid of that. All right, so when I click reply, it's going to embed this XML, Symposium ref. What that does is behind the scenes, the IDE extension is talking to an MCP server I wrote. All of these things are communicating with IPC saying, hey, when the LLM asks you for this UUID, 389D, blah, 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 tell them that the user is responding to this comment, right? Basically gives it some JSON that gets returned. So now I can say, this is good, but actually, since we are in CI, we could just run cargo check. We don't even need to run cargo build, right? And so this is a perfect demonstration, actually. I didn't really plan this, but it's cool, of the workflow where I let the agent do a first pass, and then I go and refine it, right? And sometimes I have to go in and edit the code myself, but usually I'll wind up working with the AI like this because it just turns out to be faster. So this is showing off two parts. There's other stuff in here that's really cool. You should go to the website. The main thing that I find super handy is the tool that will check out the sources of a Rust crate and point them and put them somewhere where the agent can find them, which means that basically Otherwise, the agent kind of just hallucinates what APIs it thinks should exist, not necessarily the ones that do exist, which is not that useful. But if it can read and consult the source code for the crate, it often does a really good job. And here I'm actually leveraging Rust's convention of putting examples in particular directories because I can point the agent at those examples in particular. Anyway, so this is just meant to give you a taste. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out the website, symposiumdev.github.io/symposium, but also symposiumdev.zulipchat.com is the Zulip stream where we're all talking. So if you want to join in, maybe hack on this, like I said, it's an open source project. I'm looking for people to come in and kind of share their ideas. This is representing my workflow, but I think if we're all pooling ideas of what we can make it a heck of a lot better. Let me clear that out of the way there. Anyway, all right, great. Thank you.